Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Cobalt Core, where today we're going to be starting a new run with, I think, maybe just like this same squad. I think there's a lot to recommend books as like a defensive option to back up Max and Perry. Like, kind of this didn't work on the last run, but I think it can work. Also, you know, harder's like pretty hard. I would like to actually complete a run on hardest at some point, but maybe it's not the highest priority right now, right? So I think let's just go ahead and get into this. 2 random cards upgraded to type B is interesting. Also, gaining a random rare is interesting, if only because we don't know a lot of books' cards, and so just like being able to see, having a chance at least to see more cards is interesting. I kind of like. Yeah, for the most part, I don't really want these things to upgrade in the B direction. Let's take a random rare. Show me something cool. Okay, they showed us Medusa Field. And Medusa Field's really bad for for this ship, like incredibly bad. Is that bad enough? Oh boy. Okay. We'll try to get. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure out if I think there's some way to sneakily take advantage of that. It's just hard to. First of all, given what we've seen so far, it's hard to imagine needing that many shards. And secondly, like, we are so completely dependent on mid-row objects. I don't know. So Perry says, "Hey kid." "Hi, what's up, Miss Perry?" "Why aren't you cryo-sick like the rest of us?" "I drink 8 glasses of hydration potion a day." "I see. The only ingredient is water." "If anyone ever hurts you, I will destroy them with my own hands." "Cool." Okay, so yeah, I do feel like basically that we just started the run with a garbage card in our deck then, and no startup benefit. That's a little rough. I suppose it's not unconquerable, but you know, it's a little rough. We can just bank some resources here. There we go. That's a little something to work with. So Jupiter's moons and shoot you, and probably honestly just bank another dodge over. Well, it's not 1 damage though, right? It's 2 damage, and actually it's a pretty significant amount here, I think. Well, alright. Unpolished crystal, give me the crystal shard. It would have been nice to draw the mage hand there, obviously. Yeah, that is what it is. Okay, so we need to get 4 damage across here. It's crystal shard. Mage hand multi-shot will get the thing done. Move left and launch a geode. It's flippable, which is cool. This is an odd card. I don't think it's good. At least not in our situation, where we definitely don't want to just be emitting garbage in front of the the drone bay very frequently. But it is interesting. Sidestep is also interesting. I really wish it was flippable. I don't think I'm going to take any of that stuff. Okay, I know it has not necessarily been working out the best all the time, but I think I'm going to kind of stick to the strategy of just like going toward as many elite fights as possible. I think there is a lot to be said for that. And then we're going to remove cards. I think with Medusa Field and Mage Hand, I kind of think I don't like basic block very much. Okay, Sunshine Heavy Industries wants to replace a card with a random rarer card. You know what? replace Medusa Field with a... Okay, that's like a way better card. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. All right. I mean, this is a great opportunity to play admin deploy, right? So what Jupiter's Moons, scoot, admin deploy, and just open up the multi-shot. We gotta get started. But like, Endless Magazine's fantastic in this deck. Really, really great. May as well play that. Ship shot. Definitely playing this. Do I want to play basic shot over getting Corrupted Core out of my deck? Honestly, no. With a deck this small, the value of removing more cards is obviously pretty significant. Okay. I'm gonna scoot over here. We're gonna basic shift. I really want to play the unpolished crystal, get that crystal shard going, but I'm honestly thinking maybe the better thing to do right now is just Jupiter's Moons, chip shot into multi-shot. Right, it gets us a pretty significant portion of the way to the end of this run, and then so chip shot, basic shot, and lunge. There you go. That's the kind of thing we need. Ooh, do I just want a second multi-shot? I think the answer to that's probably yes. Multi-shot's very good in this deck. All right, let's get ourselves some toys here. So this is a great time to go get the unpolished crystal, of course. I think I'm going to this time intentionally make use of this interaction to get us a couple of Jupiter drones early. We'll try to work with these from there. Okay, interesting. This is kind of just a dead turn. Yeah, because I can't like even after a lunge, I can't actually launch the Jupiters. Yeah, I guess I'm fine where I am. I'll just hang out right here. Yeah, you should come over to me. Except that's not what you have done. Well, in that case, I will Endless Magazine and basic shift. Again, we're just banking stuff until Drake finishes screwing around. Oh, okay. Did you wanna play the game a little bit? That's fine. we can start up on that. All right. Unfortunately, this does not give us a lot of mobility. Yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and take the shift one left. That won't let us launch, but it's fine. Draw me a card. Okay. This is not too bad. So Mage Hand into... The question is, like, how afraid am I of losing a single point of hull? We're gonna do this. Well, actually, double multi-shot just is a kill. What am I talking about? We don't lose any hull because our opponent's dead. That's called strategy. Power plays pretty solid. Yeah, I think we gotta take the power play, right? The Daka drum. Every 5 parry cards gain a chip shot. The fact that chip shot is itself a parry card is definitely interesting. It makes this a little bit more interesting. So jet thrusters would have us starting with 3 evade. But I kind of love this, actually. Also, it's an artifact I don't think we've ever seen before. Okay, little hull plating. I do not hate that. Just a little more room for error. Hey, it's Jumbo. All right, Jumbo thinks that they are in control of this situation, and it is our job to disabuse them of this notion. How do I want to handle this? This is kind of ugly. Like, we're taking some hull damage, like, basically no matter what here. I can definitely just use the drone to eat. I can move as much as 2 spaces. Doesn't really get me very much freedom. I suppose I can end up pretty far over to the right. Like, what if it's this, Jupiter's moons, basic dodge, and then, you know, get the crystal going, I suppose. Yeah, I think it's okay to just get rough here. Go ahead and lose the drone. That's fine. That's that's lovely. Really, I do appreciate that. Let's go ahead and burn the corrupted core. This is not a damage turn. It's fine. Having a heck of a time taking advantage of that brittle section, sadly. So I think this is a basic dodge over to here, and then chip shot into mage hand. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't have a crystal. That's cool. That's not, you know, not indicative of the level of focus that you can expect for the rest of this episode or anything. Can't imagine why you'd be concerned about such a thing. Let's crystal shard, show me something. There's part of me that wants to play power play for sure, but I think we're just gonna, like, we have enough shield to just eat the damage here. I kind of want to just do this thing, right? Yeah, and then it's extremely difficult to imagine how we would not win there, given that we're guaranteed a chip shot. Okay, second power play. Inverter is certainly cute. I don't know that I want to be spending resources on inverter. I mean, you play inverter and then you're gonna like blow shit up in a very serious way on the next turn is the idea. But like, how much shield do you have to have for this to be good? I guess is part of the question. I don't know that I like it. Do we need a second copy of... Do we need a second copy of Power Play? Does it make sense to pick up Scoot? I would like a little bit more movement. And the thing is, like, as much as it is potentially a good idea to pick up another Power Play, you know, I'm always a little worried about diluting... You know, cards that exhaust do not dilute your deck so much, but it's not nothing either. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if a second power play is right. I'm going to take it. We're going to try to build around it. Every 4th turn, gain an overdrive. Heal 1 after each combat. I think I like this better. I'll tell you, what we need is some kind of random rare. There's a lot of not very good rares. I kind of think we are scrapping like basic shots here. Yeah, I think I need to keep my deck a little bit more under control. It's a problem we've been having on some of these runs. That the deck gets a little bit unreliable. So let's try to manage reliability, right? Started with all these power plays. We can afford to take a little bit of damage here. As much as I think we want to prioritize playing Endless Magazine. I think I'm gonna prioritize this into Endless Magazine. We're just gonna eat a point of hull damage here, but that's like I think a pretty important setup. Yo, that shit sucks so much. That's a really ugly that's a really ugly position. Okay. The lunge might do something for us. The lunge is going to put my bay here. So it'll have the wing in front of the 2 damage. And will still be... It's still a lot of damage. If I move over to the left one, I can just have a drone eat the 2 damage shot. That's not so bad. Right? This is fine. So Jupiter's moons just to absorb that. I'm going to go ahead and play the chip shot. We're going to re-roll to not take any damage. Let's see, I'm definitely going to play this. Am I okay with taking 1 damage to clear Corrupted Core? I think so. Given again that we are going to heal for a very significant amount at the end of this fight, necessarily, I think it's reasonable. Let's basic dodge over to here. This gives me a second to breathe. And then... Love chip shot, drawing me a chip shot. That's very fun. And yeah, Mage Hand. Start rebuilding a little bit of shield. Okay, this is, you know, it's not so bad. This is the turn where we got our overdrive. So I think I'm gonna just scoot this over here. We're just gonna not take a lot of damage this turn. And I don't want to play power play. I really do want to like get my damage out there. That feels pretty good. And then we're back to square one, which is, well, it is what it is. So I'm taking 3 as things stand right now. I think we're actually okay. I think we're fine. Here's a question. Do we want to save this drone? It might be worth it. Because we have enough shield to not take any real damage. Yeah, if I re-roll, we don't take any real damage. And we do need to sort of rebuild our offense a little bit. This is like the exact kind of time when you want to do such a thing. Multi-shot draws us another chip shot. So it does feel like just keep it rolling. Okay, and that's gotta be it, right? We're looking at 9. So Jupiter's moons, multi-shot, chip shot. I don't think I'm quite there. Right, this is 2 damage, 4 more damage gets us to 6. Then we need 3 more, and like, yeah, I don't quite have it. Although, if I multi-shot and then I do the... Yeah, multi-shot, then do the admin deploy, it'll get that out, and we'll get a little bit of extra damage on the chip shots. And then we have, you know, that established. I think I'm still in heal to full mode here. Pretty sure. You go for like 7 off of a boss, right? 6? Okay. Oh, interesting. So obviously, like, parry is unbelievably good with Jupiter drones. But Perfect Specimen is a heal. It's a single-use heal, too. I'm going to take the parry. The first time... Each turn, the first time you play a zero-cost card, do its actions twice. Yo, that is really good. Yeah, with the Endless Magazine, this is just... Yeah, absolutely. It also does let us benefit from the crystal shards, obviously. That's why it's a books artifact. But I see a lot of that particular thing in our future here. So this is an overdrive turn. It's not like the 4th turn of every combat. It's ticking over, so like yeah, okay. I think I misunderstood how that works a little bit. I think we're going to do some prep here. So we'll Jupiter's Moons, move Crystal Shard to redraw Jupiter's Moons, and then play Jupiter's Moons. I like that as a start. Yeah, the fact that you get double value off of the draw as well as the Crystal Shard is really nice. This artifact is actually really, really good. So I think we're playing Mage Hand. We're taking a point of hull damage here, but like I definitely want to get Endless Magazine prepped. Yeah, all right, little chunks here and there. We would have to play 4 parry cards to draw another one, which is to say we will not be doing that this turn. How much damage do I have to do to you for the kill? 12? So we're not getting there, right? This is 2. This is 2. We can double those to 4 and 4, but that's the best we can do, and it costs me a point of hull. Really, I took those power plays so that we could upgrade them. They're not actually, I think, all that hot in normal combat until. So let's just go ahead and do the chip shot. We'll get the double play off of that. Multi-shot, and then just burn Corrupted Core. Yeah. Alright, all we have to do is find 4 damage here. I'm confident. Yeah. Yeah, double chip shot. That doubler is going to be so good for us. Okay, burn all your shards to attack for 2. That's like very whatever. What is this? Upgrade into? Oh, a version of it that doesn't exhaust. So if you have a good shard generation engine, I don't mean to say this is whatever. It's not bad at all, but I don't think it's good enough to put in the deck. And then, like, I do want to take the path that leads to the 2 elites. And the question is, like, do we question mark or do we repair yard? I think getting the upgrades on the power drives is important enough that I'm going to take the repair yard over the question mark. Especially now that we have gotten rid of some of our other stuff. Some of our, like, really basic, uninteresting stuff. Alright. Let's see what's up. Well, I can't let you do that, Stardog. Actually, I can absolutely let Stardog do that, right? This is not a bad power play turn at all, in fact. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we can scoot out of the way here. Let's get over there. I sure don't want to lunge. I guess I'm playing Mage Hand just for the shield. And then just, like, passing the turn. It's not a very exciting one. Interesting. He's doing... Oh, no, it's not him. It's a solar wind that is doing all the drone movement. Okay, so... Gosh, do I just want to play Endless Magazine here? I think so. I think it's just like... Jupiter's Moons is actually not very exciting. So maybe I just take the multi-shot? Yeah. Okay. So this is a little awkward. How much damage am I guaranteed on the hook for here? I can lunge. Get out of the way of some of this. It's pretty ugly though, huh? Yeah, no, this is just like really bad. Well, what's left in the deck? Basic dodge, reroll still in there. I'm definitely thinking like maybe we'd want to do unpolished crystal real fast at the beginning of the turn just to get an idea of the vibe. And I am going to let this be our doubled card. Okay. Basic dodge is definitely like a meaningful draw. So let's... I'm going to Jupiter's Moons now to destroy that. Basic dodge to here. And then just play Mage Hand to not take damage. Oh, I'm actually out of energy. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. But I am going to play this to just advance the parry thing. We're taking a hull damage. But just one at least. Okay. This is an enemy against whom parry is remarkably soft. Parry's really bad. And that's a real crying shame. Shit, yeah. Well, I can kill one of these missiles, basic shift over to here, hit the chip shot, and then just reroll, and that's actually not that bad. This thing absorbs the big missile for that turn. Those things get slid over that way, and this is like a position from which we can do a little bit of combat. So we're going to get 4 points of damage off of our chip shot. This is not a terrible turn. And then we put on a point of basic shift, like defensive basic shift for next turn. But there's a lot of... Oh, did you have to move? I mean, we've just got it, right? Jupiter's Moons into the multi-shot is sufficient. Or the chip shot would have done it too. That one was a little ugly. Avid Reader. Attack for 3 damage, must have played 3 cards this turn. That's interesting. Gain a shield, put 2 crystal shards in your deck. Gain 2 shield. Okay. Interesting. I don't know that we need more crystal shards, but they're certainly good. Like, at the very least, they're helping you get through your deck, and the zero doubler is potentially like making them better than replacement. That's interesting. That is an interesting card. I think I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I think it ends up being pretty good in a long fight, and we'll see how badly it hurts us in a shorter fight. Jupiter's Moons and this to just not take any damage this first turn while we're setting up. Okay. This is kind of awkward. So we're on the hook for 3 damage right now. I guess if I shard pack... And then I just Jupiter's Moons. That'll cover the 2 damage from this. Like, all we're really doing is just, like, buying time here for the moment. It's not super exciting. Yeah, give me the crystal shard. We'll use that. Use our doubler in that way. Give me the other crystal shard. Basic dodge is pretty not sufficient. I need more movement. I think we just need more movement in the deck. But like, lunge would be really cool to have right now. I hate that this is what I'm doing. Yeah, this is like reroll into mage hand for it's reroll into basic dodge. And then we're still taking 2. This really sucks. But I had to not take the damage on the weak point, right? I think that's pretty important. Yeah, I need a turn where I'm not like getting fucking obliterated. And apparently we'll never have one of those. Goes away at the end of the turn at least. Just drew so many chip shots. I mean, play Corrupted Core. Do I want to just play the chip shots to get them out of the deck? Probably, right? Because we need to be... No, by the time... Okay, well, hold on. First of all, am I dead? 3... No, I'm going to take 6 damage. I'm not going to play him. Okay. Now I'm feeling fairly dead. You have 20 health. And I have no dodge. Yeah, and I would need dodge to survive this. Or like stun, or like... Yeah, man. Does this team together maybe just not have enough ways of interfering with the end? Because like, the parry's cool in theory, because damage is fun, but like, it's actually really hard to damage race opponents after the first area. Especially when you're like incredibly desperate for defense all the time. I'm trying to get some of these more difficult combinations of people out of the way, but I don't know. Let's see, like the best we could do here is... We can't even drone shift right to take this hit, because if we do that, this missile's going to hit our wing. So yeah, all we can do here is take 4 damage, 2 of which we can shield. I'm just going to go ahead and die. I'm going to turn the difficulty down 1. Harder is not always doable, it feels like. Hard feels pretty consistently doable. Harder is... It doesn't seem like it's that much of a difference, but you know... Events are harder is very vague, and it's hard to know exactly what it means. Yeah, alright. Do we want to try that same loadout one more time? Or do we want to maybe... Because we could trade parry out for, like, rigs or something. I worry that the combination of rigs, books, max is maybe just, like, not enough damage. Or maybe we should switch ships, perhaps? Still need to get like 5 more wins because I'm not actually winning runs. You know, we haven't played with the Ares in a while. Let's go ahead and run this. And maybe this ends up with like the geode cards being a little bit more interesting. Alright. Replace warp prep with a boss artifact right away. Or gain a common artifact. I do like warp prep. Let's just take a common artifact. Okay, that's a really shitty thing to draw early. Well, I guess unpolished crystal no longer exhausts. That doesn't feel very good. We can get a lot of crystals now. Like shoot, toggle. You know, there's a lot to be said for this ship. I think it's generally very strong. I don't know. I was definitely considering just exhausting that card to get it out of our deck permanently there. Or not permanently, but you know what I mean. This seems like a fine time to slide over, and we don't actually have a shard right now, which is kind of annoying. I mean, whatever. This is still better than playing reroll. At least the shield's permanent. Okay. This kill is happening very slowly. Sure, put a crystal shard in my hand. Okay, multi-shot was an alright draw. It's as good as having played both of those other cards. Okay, Mage Hand is fine. This is kind of crummy aside from that, though. You know, already I'm feeling the difference in terms of damage output. Really, I can only find 1 damage for this turn. That's rough. Okay, there we go. That start did not give me a lot of hope, if I'm honest. Immediately after you play the leftmost or rightmost card in your hand, move left or right one. That's right, we've seen this before. I don't think any of these are actually any good. We are desperate for high rarity cards and just like anything that will boost our damage. I think we're going to take... I definitely want to fight the elites. There's a couple of paths that are like very similar here. Let's go this way. Picking up a distress signal. Oh, it's a pirate. Never mind. No, obviously I will not be giving you the artifact. How is this a question mark? This is just normal combat. I don't love that that's a 3. We get to start with a 3 aimed directly at us. Haha, surprise! Feels a little silly. Okay, this isn't too bad. So right now we're taking 3 to there, and this shot's gonna get armored. But we're gonna gain 2 heat, right? Yes, I think I wanna push damage a little bit. Let's try to get out of the fight if we can. I will definitely take the lunge damage. Yep, and we are overheating. Not a lot that can be done about it. Okay, but I have until the end of this turn to resolve it. Sadly, for you, I am successful. Ooh. That's a very expensive attack. It's good, but it's very expensive. Yo, add brittle to the enemy ship or add weak. Yo, okay, yeah, I think we're going to take weaken hull. Weaken hull seems very good. Armored Bay is very whatever. Adaptive plating is certainly like, this is the time, right? 1 extra energy on the first turn of each battle is also pretty significant, but yeah, like adaptive plating on the first node of a run is that's gonna yield some significant benefit. Pardon me. This is not good. It's really all we can do. It's just tank some here. All right. Cannon up. Let's do a little lunge. I mean, this ship has no setup time, right? At least the way we are currently running it, it does not have any setup time, and that's cool. This is a little bit of a pain. Yeah, we can't really move in a way that's like actually beneficial to us. So we may as well play the weekend haul here. And then just toggle kid in for some armor. We'll be alright. Yeah, it's a pretty good spot to be shooting at. Do I want to gain another crystal shard? What I really want to see here, now that we have this infinite unpolished crystal in our deck, is something from books that's really going to take advantage of a lot of crystals. Like that card that lets you spend all your crystals to fire. As it is right now, it certainly doesn't feel like it's very worthwhile to stockpile a ton of crystals or to play that card a bunch of times. Let's just scoot over here. Definitely do not play lunge in this circumstance. Okay, this isn't too bad. It is taking forever for this ship to get kills. It's definitely a concern in the long run. You know what? Draw me a card more than anything else. Yeah, that's pretty good. Extra batteries, it's certainly not bad, you know? It's just like, how often is it worth the card? I guess we already have one expensive thing in our deck, although we can admin deploy, we can haul some of the time. I don't think I'm taking any of this stuff. All right, which elite do we think is going to be the good loot elite? Arbitrarily, I am selecting the bottom one. We will head in this direction. All right, scoot and shoot. All right, this enemy is very annoying. Show me some cards. Okay, we're definitely taking a reroll, and shooting at you would be a really silly thing to do, so I guess I'm good. Okay, here we go. This is the kind of time where a murder must be committed. I guess we're skipping the weekend haul. That's fine. We have a reasonable set of cards to play here anyway. I guess we're doing some really boring stuff. I wish you could choose not to play the crystal, because I sure would like to. Actually, you only have 3. So if I toggle cannon fire, you'll move over once, and then I chase you and multi-shot basic. Yeah, actually, we just have a kill, right? So we do basic shot here, chase. Yeah. Not enough of a dodge. Okay, Zircon Zip is a really good example of a great way to spend a bunch of crystals. Look at all that evade. What does Sapphire Shield upgrade into? Okay, it doesn't really get interesting. I love Zircon Zip though. Let's take that for sure. That would be a good card even if we didn't have all the extra stuff. So this worked out kind of goofy. I guess we'll just fire this directly into the, you know. Did that, hold on. Wait, doesn't that card? Oh no, it does only do 2 damage. I was gonna say, I thought for a second there the weekend didn't get applied. Okay, you're a troublemaker. Pretty bummed out about not having drawn my crystal producer yet. Yeah, that's definitely a concern, is that if we only have one card that produces crystal shards, it could potentially not show up even until like the fourth turn of combat, were it to be the bottom card in the deck, and that's annoying. Let's toggle so we can get a little bit more juice. I think I'm gonna take the dodge over the 2 more damage. Shoot. Ow. Well. Does this work? Will this get rid of the safety override? I think it did. I think that safety override's like properly out of my deck now. I guess I don't know if I actually needed that. Well, I suppose there's no reason not to play the lunge. And then, yeah. It has taken us a long time to accumulate crystals this run. We've not really gotten to make use of our thing very much. Draw me something. I don't know what I was looking for. Like, this is about as good as it was going to get, right? Okay, show me some attack. Yeah, there we go. It begins. Multi-blast is strong. Seeing a lot of max, not a lot of books. I really use books cards. Multi-blast is certainly not bad. I think I'm gonna skip it though. Like, it's just, yeah, I think I'm gonna skip it. 1 energy every time you spend 3+ energy playing a card. I do not hate that card, or this thing. We've had good results from this in the past. Prepped batteries is certainly good. Fill your shards to max at the start of each combat's interesting, but probably maybe not necessary. I'm going to take energy refund, even though it only affects one of our cards right now. Okay, dock a drum. Certainly welcome. Although it's going to be like a little bit less exciting with this ship than it was with the last one. Okay, which is kind of an unexciting turn here. Start accumulating shards and tap. May as well. Hey, that's inconvenient. Please don't do that. I do think this is a good time for Zircon Zip. We'll just build up some stuff. Oh, shoot. We can haul first, dummy. Well. There's a version of this where I play Toggle Cannon, move an extra time, and then that lets me admin deploy the weaken hull, but it's fine. We'll just deal. Having armored parts of your ship really does help. It is super nice. And then I guess I'm doing this, and Zircon Zip. We have a lot of defensive resources built up. It's not what I am most in need of right now. So my assumption right now is that the weaken would overwrite the brittle, probably. So I think I'm just gonna mage hand here. Put a crystal shard in my hand, and then probably, yeah, just basic block. And that's fine. Yeah, it may as well be lunge, right? So we don't actually want a Zircon Zip here. There's no reason not to play this. Okay, yeah. That's a pretty good top deck. Could I have... I think I could have killed there if I had moved over. Whatever, it's fine. We got there. We got it done. I will say that the Docodrum is a little bit less exciting this run than on some previous runs because, like, I really do feel like we want books cards. Ooh, I don't think we want any of this stuff. Lazy Barrage is... Yeah, it's just like... We so badly want ways of interacting with shards, both gaining and spending, and purple cards. Like, offering me 3 max cards feels kind of mean-spirited almost. Jumper Cables, I think, is really crummy. Heal Booster is very whatever. So, Cockpit lock on, I suppose. There's like a lot of unexciting cards here. I probably ought to bank Evade. Yeah. Ship doesn't have a cockpit. Very frustrating behavior. That feels pretty good. Alright, filling my deck with garbage is pretty whatever. So I can spend my shard. I mean, I don't see any reason not to just flip this over, right? Man, what a good card. The base form of it is flippable, so like even if you have no shards, it is a dodge in the direction of your choosing. Like, that is so good. Alright, kind of hoping to draw a Mage Hand. Or, you know, double damage or something would have been okay. We have so much dodge that I almost wonder if I should just take some block. Nah. Try to stay lined up with the enemy weak point, right? Toggle Cannon, Zircon Zip, and bam. I didn't have any shards left. What am I doing? Bam, she says. Alright, well, that's a little embarrassing. I just played the card that eats my stuff. A little embarrassing. Oof. Speaking of embarrassing. We're going to start running into this problem more and more. Okay. There we go. Oh, this is interesting. Right-click or control-click this card to switch between... So it's either 0 damage, gain a shard, or it's spend a shard to do 1 damage. This just seems alright. Like I said, I think I want more ways to gain shards. I mean... Okay. So the problem with Mining Drill, ultimately, is that it's, like, pretty bad. Right? It's the versatility is really cool, and it does the kinds of things that our deck needs to do. But both parts of this card are really low impact. And once you get to Mining Drill A, it's certainly more interesting. I think I'm going to take it because Mining Drill A is good enough to be in the deck, but that's a little bit of a shame. We definitely need to take some upgrades here. Like, we have a lot of cards that are almost real. I think I'm gonna put in the brittle, and then we'll worry about the other stuff later. It's not a bad start. Give me this. And right now, I think we're just doing damage. It's not the most exciting. I don't actually want a Zircon Zip. Yeah, I think we're good. Well... arbitrarily, I have decided this is where the brittle will go. And I will just take a little bit of hull damage, that's all. Okay, this is too bad. I do want the dodge for sure. And I guess the reroll. Because I didn't need to flip the cannon then. And perhaps shouldn't have. Oof. This is like... I really wish I could swap lunge. Lunge being unflippable even in its upgraded forms feels really bad. Yeah, ugly. Well, I think there's no reason not to gain a crystal shard. Okay, so right now we could take this down to... Yeah, I think I'm going to take double Zircon Zip. I'm going to gain another shard. Try to outlast until my attack cards come back around, but like this thing where it's just like I'm gonna fire at all of your parts simultaneously. It's a real kick in the face. 2 movement is not really enough to justify going in deeper, so I think we're probably pulling a little bit of a retreat here, but it can be a shooting retreat. Okay, that's not so bad. Sadly, my thought that I might just be spending some time in the middle there didn't really pan out. Okay, well, we can at least do this. Do I want to spend my last shard to deal A damage? No, I think I'd rather actually just accumulate a shard. Alright, and then what if we also gain some shard? Hey, remember Chip Shot? Gosh, we are still so not close to the murder. Show me something. That's really unexciting. It's like very crummy. Alright, Zircon Zip. I guess I will do a damage. And then we'll just... Yeah, I can probably just take 1 here and make it so I don't have to do too much extra dodging. Actually works out really well. Okay. Alright, that is 3 damage. Yeah, it's slick, it's maneuverable. That Zircon move is very significant. The Medusa field is more interesting here. Obviously, Endless Magazine is very good with the Daka Drum, is probably where we're going. Yeah. The Transdimensional Cockpit is really cool. Energy every turn, a trash to your draw pile every 2 turns. So Dirty Engines is like extremely powerful, right? Really, really, really powerful. But I think Tridimensional Cockpit is also really powerful. And we're gaining max hull all the time. I'm gonna take this. We're gonna only have 3 shootable parts, 1 of which is armored. Yeah, I have some positive feelings about that. And see, the thing is, like, immediately, I hate to do this because I know that I'm going to pay the price shortly thereafter. But like, and then we'll gain a shard now so that we keep a shard. I hate to do this because I know I'm going to pay for it, but this run feels too easy, right? Okay, so chip shot, shoot you. Basic block overshoot you. This guy hits so hard. He's just gonna make more shield. Ugh. Very annoying. Very annoying enemy. Alright, well, I think basic dodge is probably the order of the day. Toggle to target your cockpit. Okay, chip shots and stuff, doing solid work. I had pretty bad feelings about the first turn of that battle, and then things really just like got okay. Cloud save's kind of interesting. Let us fetch Weaken or Endless Magazine. But I kind of think I'm just saying no to these. These are just like not very exciting. Alright. I'm a little bummed out that first run, I felt like it was starting to build, and then it just slipped through my grasp in a way that is really sad. But this one also feels good. This one feels the same, so I'm sure we're going to have a different outcome. That's optimism. The question mark at the end of that sentence is what optimism sounds like. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we are pushing on to the end here and maybe finally earning Max's third memory, because I'm kind of done with Max's cards and stuff. The tridimensional cockpit's cool, but everything else about Max, we could maybe have some more exciting cards in those slots. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.